All right, good afternoon, everybody. This is meteorologist Elijah Kirby here with Shelbyville Weather, and we are live due to a severe thunderstorm warning that has been issued here for extreme southeastern Coffee County. So this is going to not even include Hillsboro, but it will include the communities of Glenn and Stephenson here in extreme southeastern Coffee County along and east of State Route 127. So if we're looking here at the radar, we have a very intense pop-up thunderstorm that is formed right along the Cumberland Plateau drop-off here in Grundy County. And I'll go ahead and circle this here. And again, usually we wouldn't be dealing with these type of storms coming up out of the southeast and moving towards the west, but we're still dealing with that high pressure that we have in place across the area, so that's causing this storm to push off towards the north and west instead of the normal normal way that this would be moving, which is towards the east. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up the chat room here. So the meteorologist that issued this warning is saying that this warning is mostly for hail, exhibiting up to 56 dBz, 47,000 feet, which is right where the negative 20 degree Celsius isotherm is. So if we're looking at a profile of the atmosphere going up, and now we'll draw a little diagram here so we can see what this would look like. So going up in the atmosphere, right, and negative 20 degrees Celsius is right here, and the diagonal shape, and this is where hail growth is most likely to occur. So with this particular storm, I'm going to move to we'll go with red here, and this is a cloud of the thunderstorm right here, and this thunderstorm is extending well above the hail growth region, which is negative 20 degrees Celsius up in the cloud, and that's where we could have some large hail forming with this thunderstorm. So this is in effect until 4 o'clock p.m., so it should be a very quick warning here. And again, this is for extreme southeastern Coffee County, including Stephenson and Glenn. Now, if this storm does continue on its same path, which, as you can see, it's really slow moving, but if it starts to pick up speed, it could inch a little further into Coffee County along the State Route 127 corridor. But at this time, it's difficult to say if we'll have this storm continue off towards the west much longer. So I'm also going to go ahead and turn on the live stream so I can see what y'all are saying in here. Oh, thank you, Miss Kathy, for the stars. So we're not dealing with any storms across Bedford or Coffee County for the most part right this moment. As you can see, the radar is completely clear. But we do have this pretty nice looking storm cell right here in Grundy County, and this is pushing off towards the north and west. So I do want to see how fast this is moving. Okay, so it's moving at 10 miles per hour. So we'll go ahead and bring a track out on this, moving at 10 miles per hour. This is, so Winton Town in 69 minutes is the only, community that's showing up here for at least the worst of this particular storm cell. Now, what I expect to happen with this storm is it'll eventually rain itself out, and we'll likely get some rain-cooled air that forms right on the outer edge and pushes off towards the north and west, and we might have some additional pop-ups start to form along this outflow boundary or area of cold air cooler air as it pushes off towards the north and the west, including Manchester, Tullahoma, Normandy, and potentially even towards Shelbyville, but we'll just have to wait and see. One cool thing I was actually going to talk about earlier, Miss Kathy, there's not going to be any, probably not very many storms this evening in Bedford County. We could have a very brief shower or thunderstorm, but it's not looking like a big ordeal this evening. So one thing that I wanted to point out, I was going to make a post about this just because it's a nerdy thing that I like, that I've noticed. But you kind of see where the storms are setting up at today. So I'm going to go ahead and bring this up. You can see that there's, some isolated thunderstorm development in this general region. And this area is right where the Cumberland Plateau and Sand Mountain and Lookout Mountain are located at. And this is an area of around 2,000 feet plus in elevation in this general red area. And you have just enough lift and just enough push with the Cumberland Plateau that you're getting a spark for these storms to form. And I've noticed over the past few years of just watching the radar that usually with pop-up thunderstorms, we will get a day like this where we have these strong storms that form over the plateau just because of that extra lift. But then the next day is when we start to see activity here locally with pop-up thunderstorms because the lift is a little bit better, and it doesn't need any topographical or orographic lifting to help with storm formation. So a lot of times we'll get showers and thunderstorms to form in this red area the day before we get, some big time, pop-ups during the afternoon, which is expected starting tomorrow. And we actually have a marginal risk level 1 out of 5 in place for both tomorrow and Friday, because we could have some strong to severe thunderstorms in the area. It's not going to be widespread, but it's definitely possible we could have some strong to severe storms. So again, if you're just now joining, wondering why in the world are you doing a live stream right now, it's because we have the very small southeastern clip of Coffee County, including the communities of Stephenson and Glenn, underneath a severe thunderstorm warning until 4 o'clock p.m. Now, this is for 60 mile per hour wind gusts and quarter-sized hail. So we'll go ahead and look here at the velocity data, and we have a few brighter colors here of 20 to 30 miles per hour, but nothing crazy in that department. I am going to look for a downburst signature just to see. Don't see anything crazy with the downburst signature. So, it looks like that, we have some 40 to 50 mile per hour wind gusts here, potentially in the Grundy County area between Bashirba Springs and, I don't know the name of this town. It's killing me that I can't pronounce this correctly. It's like Grudy Lager or something like that. So, hopefully I said that kind of right, but that's, that town there. And in Grundy County, and then Altamont as well, getting in on the worst of the winds. I do want to see how tall this thunderstorm is, because in the summertime, how strong or how tall your cloud tops are, that is a good indicator of how strong your storm is. So this particular storm is about 49,000 feet tall. There's a couple clouds over here that are up to 52 feet tall, especially near the Van Buren and, not Van Buren, but up towards eastern Grundy County. So this would be on the other side of Bashirba Springs, going further towards the Cumberland Plateau, including Dunlap and Pikeville, areas like that down in the Sequatchie Valley. But anyway, there are some cloud tops up to 52,000 feet up there. But this is a prolific lightning producer here with, some 48 to 49,000 feet cloud tops. So definitely a strong thunderstorm. And if you're in Hillsboro, you're probably hearing it loud and clear just over the mountain from you. And right on the other side of exit 127 here, along I-24, there's some moderate to heavy rainfall there, so just keep that in mind if you're going up Mount Eagle Mountain. Might have some strong wind gusts and heavy rainfall here over the next little bit. So I'm going to go up in tilt here just to see what the storm is doing further up in the sky, and still, there's some smaller hail maybe showing up here on the radar over Grundy County, but there's not really anything severe for Coffee County at this moment. And like I was saying, we could have a outflow boundary that extends outward from this storm, and this would cause, maybe some storms to spark as the outflow boundary pushes outward away from the storm. But for the time being, it's just Grundy County really that I'm most concerned about. Now looking at the cyclone port data, the cyclone port thinks that it's 105 degrees here in downtown Shelbyville. Not quite, but it's definitely hot. That you don't need a temperature reading to tell you that it's hot out there this afternoon. The airport in Shelbyville, we're showing about 95 degrees with a dew point approaching 105. So it's definitely very warm and muggy, but can't get much higher than 95, 96 degrees when you have so much moisture in the air like we have today. It needs to be a lot drier in the air for us to get higher temperatures. So while the air temp itself, will probably stay in the mid 90s, the feels like temperatures can definitely be up there in the upper 90s, lower 100s for feels like temperatures across the area this afternoon. The severe thunderstorm is moving. It's kind of stationary right now, if I'm being honest. It's not really moving very much. Very slowly moving off towards the north and west, which is a weird way to be moving. But again, this is thanks to the high pressure that we have overhead. It's dominating the upper level wind pattern, and we have these storms that are moving west today instead of east. It's not very often we get a storm that comes out of Grundy County. Usually we're sending them off into Grundy County, so they're I guess that they're giving us a little present today after we give them so much grief with our storms. They're giving us some grief today with their storm moving westward. So it's not overly it doesn't scream overly impressive to me at this current moment. Definitely some heavy rainfall, lots of lightning, maybe some gusty downburst winds, but I don't see a major hail risk at this current moment. There were some purple values in here near Fremont and Colmont and Grudy Logger, right along State Route 108 a couple minutes ago. But that has since kind of died out, and we're just dealing with heavy rainfall at this current moment there in Grundy County. But I do try to go live for every severe thunderstorm warning, no matter if it looks like the storm is gonna make it to us or not. Anytime that the county is included in a severe thunderstorm warning, then I like to be a part of it. So it looks like that the National Weather Service is letting this go early. So the severe thunderstorm warning has just been dropped, which is great news. And in terms of the rest of the day, not expecting much. Again, we might have a few of these scattered afternoon pop-up storms just continue to drift on by. But tomorrow, the shower and thunderstorm activity really starts to increase. So, really strong storm here between Altamont and Grudy Logger, Cumberland Heights, Fremont, Elkhead, Payne Cove, Pelham, places like that in Grundy County. But for us in Coffee County, just not seeing anything too crazy right now. I will update the page if needed with radar updates, but otherwise, not expecting much else this afternoon, minus a few scattered pop-ups. This thunderstorm will not make it to Beech Grove. I can guarantee you of that. This storm will likely just meander very close to the southeastern Coffee border, near Stephenson and Hillsboro, but it will be out, or it's going to rain itself out, and then we might get some more activity develop as the afternoon goes on, but nothing crazy. So I'm going to go ahead and hop off here. Thank you for tuning in. I wasn't expecting to do a live stream today, but again, like I said, I like to be on here anytime I can when we have a severe thunderstorm warning in effect, even if it looks like the storm isn't all that impressive. So thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll have radar updates this afternoon as needed. And again, scattered pop-up storms will become more widespread tomorrow, and as we make it towards